Before we get started, I like to pray to the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashir, Yikak Quadash. And double honors to those great millstone while lunch is true. And also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another live camp through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And the type of live camp today is one step closer. The end is near. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shai. So we already knowing what's been going on in the news when we woke up this morning. We seeing that the U.S. and Israel has attacked Iran. So we seeing now that Bible prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We seeing that things are constantly happening, on a fast scale right now. We seeing that things is constantly increasing. Bible prophecy is speaking loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, we constantly been warning you about these impending dangers. Just like the Bible says, we seeing right now things is constantly happening. We seeing all sorts rumors of war, but now we're here. We're seeing the beginning stages of what World War III, the last and final war before the great and glorious return of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So we know that it is fast approaching. We seeing now that, they went into Iran. They hitting a lot of their different sites they're hitting. And also it's already reported that they have had unalived their leader, which in fact is Ayatollah Khamenei. They said that the leader of Iran, they said he has been unalived. So I got a little article on that, and also a lot of different other things that hitting the U.S. bases, and also we know that eventually that it's getting ready to come to America. So a lot of people right now still are relaxing in their leaves, still think that they're a good case, and all hell is breaking loose all around the world. See, people still think out there eating good, still sunshine today. They're constantly in their comfort zone. But all these things are getting ready to take place, like a thief in the night. So a lot of these things are constantly, these prophecies are constantly are picking up. In the middle of the Lord, we've constantly been warning you left and right. But guess what? They are here. They are at the door. And one thing about it is that we're seeing now that, all the gainsayers, all the ones that I don't believe this, I don't believe that. Guess what? You get ready to require of the prophets very soon. You know what I'm saying? Well, why is this happening? Why is that happening? What do I need to do? You get ready to say that very soon. They said, the Lord said in Proverbs chapter 1, and I think around verse 27, it says, they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. When the Lord called, you did not answer. So a lot of people right now are playing games. A lot of people right now, are constantly, docile. You know what I'm saying? They have eyes to see, but they see not. They have ears to hear, but they hear not. You know what I'm saying? We're here, man. These things right here are right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is constantly visiting the earth that he created. The Lord is causing these things to happen around the world. So we've seen that Ezekiel chapter 38 war is coming full circle. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. So I think we still rolling. If someone on the comment board give me a thumbs up. But just like I say, man, we're here. These things are happening. I got videos, bring it out. We're gonna bring out a few videos. We're gonna go into some of these topics and different things like that. But we're seeing now that we're here. These things right here are happening right before our eye. At the end, it shall speak and not lie. And also we knowing that, before all hell break loose, we knowing that, Shalom, shalom, to the beautiful daughter of Zion. I can't hardly see that sun. It's kind of blinding me a little bit. So Rosa 777, shalom to your sister, beautiful daughter of Zion, and also Zakar Kasai. Shalom to you, brother. And one thing about it, we know that we're here, man. These things are right before our eyes. We're seeing it also, we know that the Lord is showing these prophecies. You know what I'm saying? The men of the Lord is in the highways and the byways, making these video epistles, constantly warning you about all these impending dangers, what is happening right before our eyes. So we already know while you were sleeping, the devil was getting busy. We seeing right now that they already hit Iran. And also we seeing that, that the leader of Iran, also I think it was a head general, has been unalive. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that was an inside hit. And also we know that the CIA is over there. We're not ignorant of Satan's device. We're here. It's at the door. You know what I'm saying? These things are happening, you know, right before our eyes. You know, a lot of our people still are docile. They still are, you know, in that, what you call that, you know, the colonial plantation spirit, you know. Everyone can be saved. You know what I'm saying? The Lord love everyone. You know, like the Lord is not going to do a damn thing, but the Lord's getting ready to say he's getting ready to bring judgment like you have never seen before. I come not to bring peace, but a sword. That's what the Lord is setting up right now. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. That's what we constantly warn you about. These things are getting ready to happen right before our eyes. A lot of our people, you know what I'm saying, in the house of mirth, constantly playing games. You know what I'm saying? But all the games about to be over, man. You know, hey, we here, man. These things are happening right before our eyes. I got a few videos, and different things we're gonna bring out. And we know that MOTB, hey, it's here. You know what I'm saying? The technology is here. You know what I'm saying? We know they're getting ready to roll out this new digital infrastructure. It's gonna be digital, programmable, also surveillance under the skin. That's where we at right now. We constantly warn you. You know what I'm saying? A grain of rice. So we already know that. You know what I'm saying? In Matthew chapter 24, we're gonna get there in a minute. That it says that, you know what I'm saying, that you're gonna hear rumors of wars all over the place, but the end is not yet. These things got to come to pass, but the end is not yet. So it's a few more prophecies got to play out before what? Before all this destruction happens. We know that we're at the beginning stage of Jacob's trouble. We know that we're at the beginning stages of what? Of World War III. We know we're at the beginning stage of them implementing the MOTB, which in fact is the RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. So that's where we're at right now. In the middle of the Lord, we constantly been warning you. We know that what? Famine of the word is fast approaching, and also persecution of the saints. You know, so a lot of people been playing around saying they are men of the Lord, but guess what? The Lord's getting ready to separate the weak from the tired, also the strong from the weak. You know what I'm saying? The one day they're talking about, oh, I'm a man of the Lord, I'm this and that. Let's see what you're gonna do when the time of trouble comes. You know what I'm saying? The Lord already knowing who is his elect. And one thing about it, we're getting brighter and brighter, you know, as that day get closer and closer. And also we're seeing all sorts of UFO sightings all across the world. Also, I think it's the night, if I'm not mistaken, they're gonna have this planet alignment. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna have you know what I'm saying, these planets are gonna be lining up all together. You know what I'm saying? So we you know, a lot of things is happening. A blood moon is coming at some point of March. And also we know that Passover is fast approaching. So we know that we moving in warp speed. So we know that the new year basically come in between March and April. So you know what I'm saying? So we getting close now that ever before to the end. So we one step closer. You know what I'm saying? Every hour, you know, every second, every minute. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we got to constantly be seeking the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I'm saying? While we can work. You know what I'm saying? The day comes when when you can't work, when you go to St. John chapter 9 and verse 4. So we'll start off with this quick precept, and then we're gonna go into some of these topics and some of these videos. You know, so man, we're here, man. These things are right here at the door. Let's start here in Jeremiah chapter 51. Let's go ahead, Jeremiah chapter 51. Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46. Let's get this one right quick. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 46. Let's get this. You know, some days the days be warm, some days be cold. You know what I'm saying? So I already know it's going to cool off a little later on. It's a little warm, but not that warm. But we know that we're here. You know what I'm saying? The signs of the times are here. You know, a lot of people, you know, are still, you know what I'm saying, are not considering the signs of the time if they're right before your eyes. Start here first. It says here, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 46, it said, unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come in one year. Oh, damn helicopter. Let it pass right quick. Very close. All right. Jeremiah chapter 51 once again and verse 46, say, unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall come in 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, rulers against rulers. So that's what we're seeing right now. We're seeing, you know what I'm saying, uproars of the people. We're seeing what? Rumors of wars are all over the place. Now, war has begun. We're seeing all these nations are preparing what for war. And also the Lord is, you know what I'm saying, getting ready, it's moving the chess pieces around, and also he's gathering the nation for the constant verse of Zion. When you go to Joel chapter 3, you know what I'm saying, that's exactly what happened. Joel chapter 2, Joel chapter 3, we're going to get those in a minute. So we constantly seeing these rumors after rumors. You know what I'm saying? We seeing increased violence. You know what I'm saying? We seeing all sorts of mischief, all sorts of calamities. It's constantly happening left and right. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, they're gonna constantly pick up. We seeing these things happen. Shalom to you, Gabar Anash. You know what I'm saying? Up there in Fort Payne, I think that's Fort Payne, Arkansas. But the one thing about it that we know that we're here, these things are at the door. Let's read this once again. It says here, and we're gonna read it in NLT. It said, "But do not panic." It said, "Don't be afraid when you hear the first rumor approaching forces, for rumors will come." It said, "For rumors will keep coming year after year." It said, "Violence will erupt in the land as the leaders fight against each other." So that's exactly what we're seeing left and right. We're seeing a lot of these nations are coming in alliance against the West, and also Babylon the Great, America, just like the Bible says. So we're seeing right now all these nations constantly preparing for war. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Russia rising up against the West and Israel. China is rising up the West and Israel. All these, at some point, we know that NATO is going to turn on America also. So we're seeing right now, Bible prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We're here. These things are at the door. So now let's go here to Matthew, back it up a little bit more. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Matthew chapter 24. And we're going to start up at verse 3 because, these are the signs of the time. We're in the son and appointed of the time. We're at the end of this man of rulership. We're at the end of this age. We're at the end of this nightmare, and we cannot wait. Matthew chapter 24, we'll start up at verse 3. So this is what the disciples wanted to know when the Lord, when he returned. When would be the signs of his second coming? It says here, Matthew chapter 24, verse 3 said, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciple came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the signs of thy coming and the end of the world?" You know what I'm saying? What the disciples wanted to know. They asked Yahweh, when would be the signs of his coming? You know what I'm saying? Which in fact is now. So the Lord already gave us the guideline what to look for before his great and glorious return. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. We right at that point where the Lord's getting ready to return and set everything back into order. That's where we at right now. When you read the Lord's Prayer, it said, you know what I'm saying? Thy kingdom come as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. So that's what's getting ready to happen, the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. The Lord's getting ready to take down all these nations, all these rulership. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, the Lord's getting ready to say they shall build. When you go to Malachi chapter 1, I think around verse 4, they shall build, but I will throw down. So we're in a time where the Lord is getting ready to throw down all these wicked governments, all this wicked rulership of Esau, Edom, the modern day so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. Matthew chapter 24, verse 4 said, "And Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you." So right now we knowing that, we got to help that spirit of discernment. How do you get that? Through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, the Holy Spirit. And one thing about it, a lot of people are being misled. A lot of people are being deceived. A lot of people are being very docile. You know what I'm saying? But because they're not a part of the election. The election hesitated and the rest was blinded. It says here, verse 5, it said, "And for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Hamashiach, and shall deceive many." Verse 6, here's the point. "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So that's exactly where we at right now. We're seeing these rumors of war, but the end is not yet. We're seeing right now war done started with between Iran, Israel, and America. But we already know that the least of the flock should draw them out. So we know that Israel started with their airstrike. Then America followed behind him, the least of the flock. You go to Jeremiah chapter 49, also Jeremiah chapter 50. So we get that too also in a minute. But we're going to get that article in a few minutes, then we're going to start some of these videos. And it says here, verse 7 says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrow." So that's where we at right now. We at the beginning of sorrow. We in the birth pain. We're in our transition of power. That's exactly what we're seeing right now, right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is doing a mighty work. He told you what he's getting ready to do. We seeing it. It's lining up just like clockwork. What the Lord said that what he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? He said you were going to hear these rumors of war. We seeing that what right now? The U.S. and Israel done went into Iran, but we already know that it's going to go ill in his tabernacle. When you go to 2nd Ezra chapter 15, start around by verse 29, you know what I'm saying? A horrible vision, you know what I'm saying, from the east. You know what I'm saying? So they're over there right now. And also the Lord said he will remove the northern army far from their borders. You know, the American military. So we seeing that he has all his military force over there. He's trying to take Iran out. But we already knowing that these other nations are getting ready to rise up against this big bully. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact is the hammer of the whole earth, which in fact is America. You know what I'm saying? America is getting ready to be judged because thou hast dealt treacherously, you know, with them. You know what I'm saying? They get ready to deal treacherously with your ass. So let's read this once again. It says here, verse 7, Matthew chapter 24, verse 7 says, for many nations shall rise against nation. It says, let's read again, it said, for many nations shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. So we constantly seeing a lot of different, what you call pestilence, these outbreaks, disease, you know, already tell you know, increase, what you call this C19, these different STDs constantly increasing. A lot of things is constantly happening, these outbreaks. You know, a lot of things they're not putting it in the news, you know what I'm saying? But it's happening right before our eyes. And also we know at some point they're going to bring back that what you call pandemic, you know what I'm saying? Also bring back that digital download, you know, that we're going to that, you know what I'm saying? There, you know what I'm saying? We're here. And it's all these are the beginning of what? A sorrow. You know what I'm saying? We are in the birth pain. We're in a transition of power. These things must first come to pass, but the end is not yet. So these prophecies got to play out before the end come. But we know that the implementation of the RFD microchip got to come first. You know what I'm saying? So one thing about it, we already know Revelation chapter 13 is getting ready to speak loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? At the end, it shall speak and not lie. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at right now. We seeing the technology is here. We seeing that the stage is set. We seeing right now that, you know what I'm saying? What's his name? Elon Musk already saying that he's getting ready to start these humanoid robots. You know what I'm saying? That we, you know, just like our robots and stuff, that they'll be able to take care of all your daily needs. So it's basically we seeing that they're slowly taking away your job, your livelihood. You know what I'm saying? You will own nothing and be happy. You know what I'm saying? This is a part of their plan, but we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So I think I got this first little article I want to read about. This is here is about it's saying about the leader of Iran. We already know they attacked Iran. We already know that we are at war with Iran, the U.S. and Israel. But they're saying that that the leader Khamenei is dead. That's what they are saying. So we're gonna get a little of this report. Let's go here to this one here about the NBC. How you doing? You doing all right? Okay. Yes, indeed. We're here. It says here. See here by NBC News, it said the Supreme Leader unalive said President Donald Trump announced on Truth Social that Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei was killed today after the U.S. and Israel launched a pre-dawn assault on the country. So we are seeing right now, you know, they was in negotiation talking about, you know, trying to come to some type of revolution about them not having what you call nuclear capability or nuclear missiles. And all of a sudden, while they were still in a negotiation, you know, they went on and hit them. You know what I'm saying? That's just what the devil do. You know what I'm saying? He's getting ready to use that sword in a big way when you go to Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. You know what I'm saying? You know, this man is getting ready, you know, he had the power, you know what I'm saying, to unalive, the power to bring forth war. We get that in a minute. It says here, it said majority joint attack. It said the United States launched major comeback operation in Iran joined by Israel. Trump announced earlier in a video message. We're going to get that too. It said Iran leader target said Israel, Iranian political and military leaders said two U.S. officials told NBC News while the U.S. aimed to take out Iran ballistic missiles and nuclear program. But who they hit first? They hit the leader. You know what I'm saying? They said the death toll, let's get a little bit of this here. Said Iranian Red Crescent said that there are more than 200 people has been unalive and roughly 700 others has been injured following the attack. It says here, Iran retaliation. Let's see what Iran has done. So Iran responded by firing missiles at Israel as well as the U.S. bases across the region in the United Arab Emirates, Qatar and Kuwait and Bahrain and Jordan, said sending ripples across the Middle East. So we seeing right now that they already has retaliated. We already know eventually it's getting ready to come to our backyard, to our shore. We already knowing that they saying that the leader, the one that they said they unalive, he's saying that, you know, if they attack Iran this time, he was going to activate their sleeper cell. And also he said if he was unalive, he already had named his successor. So he already know that was going to happen. So we seeing right now that, you know what I'm saying, we're here, these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. It is time to seek the Lord. Said, see what else we got here. It said Tehran willing to talk. It says and an executive interview with NBC Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Akhundzadeh, I think that's his name, said Iran was interested in de-escalation and willing to talk if the U.S. and Israel halted attacks. Said he told Trump that the regime change was mission impossible. So right now we already knowing that they're trying to go in. This man already said they're getting ready to take over this man's government. You know what I'm saying? This devil, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to listen to what Iran is saying. But we already knowing that the world is looking at America and Israel. We already know right now at some point that Russia is going to be a guard to these nations. You know, they're getting sick and tired of America, the hammer of the whole earth, this great bully. You know what I'm saying? It's constantly bullying people left and right. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're seeing. You know what I'm saying? This man here is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? So let's go here and get a quick precept before we start today's video. Let's go here to Revelation. Let's go here to Revelation chapter 3. No, Revelation chapter 11. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 14, straight to the point, because we see it right now. The third will come quickly. It's here already. Verse 14, Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, which in fact woe goes into destruction. Behold, the third woe come quickly. We're talking about World War III. So World War III has begun. The last and final war before the great and glorious return of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So it is at the door. So now, let's go ahead and get let's get this copyright disclaimer before we start some of these videos, show y'all some visual what's going on around the world as we speak. This devil is moving because he knowing that his time is very short. And also, you know, when they say peace and safety, the total destruction will point. So they were talking about peace just a couple of days ago. And all of a sudden, this man wake early in the morning, you know, just like what he is, the devil that the Bible speaks, and he hit these people. You know, first one he hit was the leader. You know what I'm saying? They already knew where he were. You know, so you already know this was an inside job. It's I ain't gonna mention the name. It's a 3-letter word. You understand what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? That's how that happened. You know what I'm saying? So they already got plants on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So you know, so a lot of things is happening. So let's get this disclaimer right quick. It says here, copyright disclaimer. Under the section of 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tip the balance in favor of fair use. So I'm finna ready to play this so you can see this.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
See, so you see that. It tips the balance in fair use. I'm going to put it up just raw right now. You see that. Put it up again because we know how Esau, Edom get down. YouTube, we see how they get out. So we see that right there. So now we're going to start the first video We're gonna start off with this one, this announcement. What DJ Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, the king of Babylon, you know what I'm saying, also in reincarnation, Nero, you know what I'm saying. So we seeing right now that we're here. These things are fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, people looking at you like you're all crazy, but guess what? They're gonna be running to the prophets very soon. You know, we don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? The Lord gave us a spirit of, you know what I'm saying, not of fear. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Let's go here with this first one here. Let me get it. Let me see, can I line it up right quick? I got so many videos.
The United States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. Its menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world. For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries. Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days. In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel. In 2000, they knew and were probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole. Many died. Iranian forces killed and maimed hundreds of American service members in Iraq. The regime's proxies have continued to launch countless attacks against American forces stationed in the Middle East in recent years, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer.
So we're going to stop it right there. We might get a little bit more of it, but I got it already up already. But we're going to get this quick precept. But we seeing right now this man coming with his lies. You know, you got to come with something that, they terrorists. You know, we already know how they're going to demonize you. And before they bring forth their weapons of mass destruction. We already don't know that this man, he carried not the sword in vain. So let's go here to Revelation chapter 6. Let's get this guy. This man right here, he finna get ready to use that sword in a big way. But guess what? The Lord's getting ready to cut this red devil off too also. Let's go here. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4 said, and there went out another horse that was red, the so-called white man, the modern day Esau Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. That's what he's doing right now. He already started World War III, starting with these Amalekites, you know what I'm saying? The least of the flocks that drawed him out. It said, take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. A great sword goes into his military, goes into his technology. You know what I'm saying? Also his pseudo-sign. That's where we at right now. That's what this red devil is getting ready to do. So we're going to read it once again. So this man has power, you know what I'm saying? Which in fact, he said in that, we're going to go back to that video again. He said that they had the greatest military on earth. Ain't nobody really mess with them. You know what I'm saying? Constantly being the most proud, boastful, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? He's in for a rude awakening. The Lord got something for his ass. Let's read this once again. Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4 said, and there went out another horse, which was red, representing Esau Edom, the modern day so-called white man. It said, and power was given unto him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. So when you go to Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Also, you can go to Micah chapter 1 and verse 2. It said, you know what I'm saying, that because the power was in his hand. You know what I'm saying? So right there, he got the power for a short season. It says here, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So this man is not going to use that sword in vain. This is his blessing. So he going to resort to that sword every time. because that's all he know. You know what I'm saying? Robbing, stealing, killing, raping. You know what I'm saying? That's his MO. You know what I'm saying? He is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And also he's the Lord's sword. But one thing about it, the Lord's getting ready to bring that sword down. The Lord's getting ready to return and take him out of rulership. So now let's go back to that video. Let's get a little bit more of that video. Let's go back to it a little bit more.
To Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts. And it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monstrous October 7th attacks on Israel, slaughtering more than 1,000 innocent people, including 46 Americans, while taking 12 of our citizens hostage. It was brutal, something like the world has never seen before. Iran is the world's #1 state sponsor of terror, and just recently killed tens of thousands of its own citizens on the street as they protested. It has always been the policy of the United States, in particular, my administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
So why would this red devil want them not to have a nuclear weapon when they have nuclear weapons? You know, they constantly, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Protect themselves, but they want Iran to have it. You know what I'm saying? Constantly picking on these smaller nations. But guess what? You know what I'm saying? They seeing right now that they can take a swipe at America. Let's go here to Joel chapter 3. Let's go here because this is exactly what's getting ready to happen. Joel chapter 3, we seen right now they're preparing for war. And also we already know they done hit these military base. They done hit some of American military base, which in fact was no one there, was no casualty, because they know that what's going to happen. Also, they hit a couple of bases in Dubai, Kuwait, all those different places, which in fact, you know, they was allies with them, but they had to do what they had to do. And also, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, we here, man. These things are fast approaching. Let's go here to Joel. Let's go here to Joel chapter 3. We'll start up at verse 9. Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. God, man, this man, he's probably speaking loud and clear. It says here, Joel chapter 3 and verse 9, it said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. It said, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So they're getting ready for war. They constantly preparing. And also we know that we heard rumors that China is getting ready, might take a swipe at Taiwan. So we already know that America cannot fight on all these different fronts. We already know that he spread himself very thin. We know what happened with the revived Roman Empire. They spread themselves out too thin and they was destroyed. It was overtaken. So we seeing right now they are, you know, preparing for war. You know what I'm saying? Also, these nations are coming in alliance against the West and also Israel. Verse 10 said, beat your plowshares into sword and your pruning hooks into spear. Let the weak say I am strong. So that's exactly what they're doing now. They're saying that they are strong right now. You know, they're seeing right now, they're seeing that America is weak. They have what you call a weak leader, seeing that this nation is divided. And also they're seeing right now that America right now is on its last leg. They're seeing the end of America. You know what I'm saying? America right now is constantly circling the drain. That's why the weak is saying that they are strong right now. These nations are rising up. And also we already know who's going to be a guard to these nations, going to lead them into war against Israel and America, which in fact is Russia. You know what I'm saying? The spirit of the Medes. Verse 11 said, assemble yourself and come all ye heathens and gather yourself together around about thither, call thy mighty one to come down, O Lord. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord, he's going to have to send his angels down very soon. You know, those death angels. They're going to be doing they're going to be doing a dual mission. You know, delivering, also they're going to be destroying. And also when you go to Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1, Archangel Michael got to stand up for the children of Israel. The Lord's going to call his mighty one down to protect his elect. You know, that's coming very soon. A lot of things is getting ready to happen. And it says here, verse 12 said, let the heathens be awakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So the Lord has gathered them into that what you call that Levant area, the Persian Gulf, which in fact is the so-called Middle East. That's where the Lord's going to sit and judge them. The valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of Jehoshaphat. You know what I'm saying? When the Lord's going to judge each nation, you know, for the controversy of Zion, the Lord's getting ready to repay. Verse 13 said, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come ye, get you down, for the press is full. Said the fat overflow, for their wickedness is great. Verse 14 said, multitudes and multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near. Say in the valley of decision. So that's where we at right now. So it's going to be, the body count is going to be great when you go to Ezekiel chapter 39. It gives you the aftermath. You know what I'm saying? What happened? All these bodies, you know, when the Lord returned in the midst of World War III, you know what I'm saying? The last and final war, he's going to, you know, destroy all these nations, you know, with that laser and terrified also with these IBCM missiles. That's where we at right now. You know, these things are fast approaching, man. They are at the door. So let's get this right quick, because we seeing that. I'll tell you what, let's go here. Let's go back out right quick. It's another video I want to get before we start this other one by Joel. One moment. Let me get this other video right quick. It's another video I want y'all to see right quick about they unalived Khomeini. Let me see, can I find it?
We have major breaking.
That ain't it. It's another one I want to get.
You're currently witnessing history
Let's
right
see.
now as I read.
I'm gonna get it in a minute. It's another one I'll show. I got so many videos. I gotta find it right quick. That see where it's at. This is it right here. I want y'all to show you this one here.
Breaking news right now. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei is dead following Israeli and United States strikes in Iran today. Axios is now reporting that Israel's ambassador to the United States of America told U.S. officials that Iran's supreme leader has been killed following an Israeli strike on his compound. Senior Israeli officials have also told the same to Reuters. This comes just minutes after Benjamin Netanyahu went on television and said that many signs have pointed to the fact that Khamenei had been eliminated. There is no official confirmation yet from the United States government or from the Iranian government. But all signs, at least right now, confirm that Khamenei is dead. Several senior U.S. officials have been updated on this major development. The Iranian supreme leader has likely died. I'm going to have more updates for you very soon.
So you see that?
Spread the word.
So
Follow up for all the
we already
news.
knowing that what these nations get ready to do. They getting ready to come up against Babylon. They getting ready to come up against this great horde. They sick and tired of this great horde. So let's start here. Let's go to Jeremiah to get this. We're gonna go back to Joel chapter 2 in a minute, because we know that that the Lord has removed the northern army far from their borders. But we're gonna go here first, Jeremiah chapter 50, because this is where we at right now. The least of the flock should draw them out. So we already seen that Israel did the first major airstrike. Then America followed them, the least of the flock. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact is Israel. You know, we already know that red devil, what's his name? I can't think his damn name, the leader of Israel. That's what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? Amalek. The Lord said, I will have a war with Amalek from generation to generation. Let's start here first. Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 9 said, for lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, which in fact is America, and assembly a great nation from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. Said, from thence she shall be taken, their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man, none shall return in vain. So right now, what's getting ready to come up against Babylon? Assembly of great nations, you know what I'm saying? The kings of the east, you know what I'm saying? The one that's going to lead that charge is what? Russia, you know what I'm saying? When you go to Ezekiel chapter 38, you know what I'm saying? They shall be a guard to these nations. And also, you know what I'm saying? It's a mighty expert. They said none shall return in vain. It's talking about these IBCM missiles, you know what I'm saying? They'll get ready to fly, but not before the implementation of the RFD microchip, which is in the mark of the beast. Verse 10, it said, and the Chaldeans shall be spoiled. So all that spoiled her shall be satisfied, says the Lord. Verse 11 said, because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, said ye destroyers of mine heritage. Said, because ye were grown fat as the heifers at grass and the bellows of bulls. Said verse 12 said, your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness and a dry land and a desert. So It's talking about the mother, who is the mother of America, which in fact is Great Britain. You know what I'm saying? So you know that America came out of Great Britain, which in fact was that little horn, and which in fact, you know, they said they're going to be sword defiant. And also this place is going to be desolate and it's going to be a wilderness. Let's get a little bit more. Verse 13 said, because the wrath of the Lord is, it shall not be inhabited, said, but it shall be wholly desolate. Say, everyone that goes by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at her plagues. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be astonished. You know, a lot of people going to be saying, hey, man, this place has been totally wiped out. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, this place is not going to be inhabited. This place is getting ready to be a great desert. There will be no inhabitant left here. So this place is going to become what's called the second death, the lake of fire. How will it become the lake of fire? These IBCM missed this nuclear holocaust. Verse 4, it says, put yourself in array against Babylon. It said round about. So all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. No arrows. It says spare no arrows. It said, for she has sinned against the Lord. So one thing about it, we already know that at some point all these nations are going to come up against America. You know what I'm saying? They're going to shoot all their what you call these IBCM missiles. You know, this place is going to be totally eradicated. In 1 hour, thy judgment come. That's where we at right now. So let's drop down to verse 22. It said, a sound of the battle in the land and a great destruction. It said, verse 23 said, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And who is the hammer of the whole earth? It's talking about America. You know what I'm saying? This place is getting ready to be totally destroyed. That's what we constantly warn you about, left and right. When you go to Revelation chapter 17, they shall burn the whore. So at some point, we know that NATO is going to turn against the West and also Israel. Verse 24, it said, I have laid a snare or a trap for thee. Said thou art taken, O Babylon. Thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord. Verse 25, it says the Lord has opened his armory, It said the weapon of his indignation. It said, for this is the work of the Lord of hosts, said in the land of Chaldea. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Lord's getting ready to do. The Lord's getting ready to destroy this place. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. We're seeing that these nations are constantly lining up. We're seeing that World War III is coming full circle. Also, we're seeing right here over in America that a lot of people don't trust the government. So we know it's going to be sedition over here. It's going to be rioting. You know what I'm saying? A lot of uprising very soon. Also, we know what's going on in Mexico with these cartels. A lot of things are constantly picking up. This man got hell to pay. Let's go here. Let's drop down to verse. You know what? Yeah, let's drop down to verse 31. I forgot to get one right here. We're gonna get this too. We're gonna come back. I forgot to get this verse 21. I see the guy here. I'm gonna go ahead and get it. It said, go up to the land of Metroam. He said, so Metroam mean double rebellions. And also this land is what you call America. When you go into that where America goes into bitterness, you know what I'm saying? But Metroam mean double rebellion. So we already know that America is very rebellious, very proud. Do thy will, spirit. You know, they have what you call very boastful, very proudful. But the Lord said he's getting ready to cease the arrogancy of the proud. You know, so that's where we at right now. It says, go up against the land of Metroam, which in fact is America. Says even against it and against the inhabitants of Pekah. So wakes and utterly destroy after them, says the Lord, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. So that's what the Lord is getting ready to do. The Lord is getting ready to destroy this place. It's getting ready to be the Lord what burnt offering. So let's drop down to verse 31. It says here, it said, behold, I am against thee, thou most proud, says the Lord, power of hosts, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Said, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit you. So the Lord is getting ready to visit this place. The Lord is making inquisition. The Lord is getting ready to repay for the controversy of Zion. What was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. Verse 32 said, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his city, and it shall devour all around about him. So that's what the Lord's getting ready to do. The Lord's going to send those ICBM missiles. This place is going to be totally destroyed. That's what we constantly warning you about. There will be no inhabitant left here. So a lot of people still thinking that they have time, still thinking that they can accomplish something here. This place is finished. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing that our economy is constantly failing. We're seeing right now this new technology, which in fact is AI, is getting ready to take over all these jobs. And also we know that we get ready to come into a digital society whereby it will be programmable. It's going to be a digital programmable and also surveillance under the skin and plannable. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact is the RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. So let's drop down to verse 45. Because you know the least of the flock has drawn America out. So this is what it says here. It said, therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he has taken against Babylon, America, and his purpose that he has proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock, which in fact is Israel, shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. You know, that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. Verse 46, at the noise of the taking of Babylon, so the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. So, you know, that noise is talking about going into this thermonuclear fire. You know what I'm saying? Thermonuclear exchange, whereby they're going to go to unleash all their military, all their missiles, and they're going to shoot them towards America. They shall burn the whore. That's where we at right now. We at that point, but we knowing that the implementation of this chip is getting ready to come very soon. So, you know, these things are fast approaching. Let's get this right here. Let's go to 2nd Esdras, chapter 6. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created. We're seeing more what's called UFO sighting, which in fact they are the chariots of the Most High. You know, we're seeing these sightings all around the world. Also, they're saying that they was going to release some files about what you call so-called aliens. But we know that the aliens are the angels. You know what I'm saying? The Negro men that ride around and these so-called UFO or UAPs, but they are the chariots, the royal vehicles of the Most High. They're in every place, beholding the good and evil. And also I seen a video whereby it was saying they had I don't know what sea it was in, but it was saying, I don't know if it was in the Pacific or the Atlantic, but it was saying that they took a photo of a chariot that was the size of a football field under the water. But just like I say, you know, these chariots or these royal vehicles, they are in every place. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord already got everything on lockdown. His eyes are 10 times brighter than the sun. There's no one is going to escape the hands of Yahweh Ba'ashim Abishai. Let's go here. But this is where we at right now. It says 2nd Esdras chapter 6 and verse 18. It said, and it is said, behold, the days come that I will begin to draw nigh or near to visit them that dwell upon the earth. So that's what the Lord is doing. He's visiting the earth that he created. That's why you're seeing all these prophecies of right now lining up just like clockwork. The men of the Lord is in the highways and byways, making these video pistols left and right, constantly warning you on all these impending dangers. World War III, it is here, it is at the door, and things are going to constantly pick up. Verse 19 says, and I will begin to make inquisition or an investigation of them that they be that have hurt unjustly, and their unrighteousness. I said, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. So the Lord is making an investigation. You know, so when you go to what is that Lamentation chapter 4, around verse 21, it said, rejoice, ye daughter of Edom, ye too shall drink of the cup. This cup of affliction, the cup of oppression. So we're in what you call a transition of power. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to exalt us. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing right now that things are happening at a fast pace. We're seeing a lot of life-changing events are getting ready to take place. That's where we at right now. So the Lord is making inquisition. The Lord is visiting the earth that he created, because we're seeing that the prophecies right now are speaking loud and clear. Verse 20 said, and when the world that shall begin to vanish and vanish away and shall be finished, that's exactly what we're seeing right now, then will I show these tokens, the prophecies, the signs of the times. It said the book shall be open, talking about the Holy Bible, before the firmament, talking about the internet, the World Wide Web, and saying they shall all see together. That's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing these prophecies all together. That's why the Lord said, you know, this gospel shall be preached throughout the entire world, then shall the end come. So that's where we at right now. We at the end, man. These things are happening left and right before our eyes. So now, let's go and get another video. It's another video I want to show y'all right quick. I got to get it tuned up right quick. We get this other video right fast. It's another one. I want to show y'all some of this devastation.
Oh my God.
So you seeing that? You know what I'm saying? Showing the devastation. So let's go here right quick to that's another one I want to show right quick. See here. It's another one I want to show. Let's get this one about this lady. She's saying that what's going on in Iran is going to come to America. That's one I got about these sleeper cells. Let's get this one here about these sleeper cells right quick.
We have major breaking news right now. According to NBC News, Iran sent a communique to the Trump administration warning them that if Trump attacked, Iran would activate a network of sleeper cells in the United States for attacks in the United States of America. This is breaking right now. The message got to Trump through an intermediary at the Group of Seven summit in Canada last week, which Trump left early. The communique to Trump was sent the days before last night's strikes, threatening to activate sleeper cell terror inside the United States if it were attacked. Meanwhile, now the State Department has issued a worldwide alert, issuing worldwide caution as a result of the strikes in Iran, saying that the Department of State advises U.S. citizens worldwide to exercise increased caution. You can read the full travel advisory on their network. Oil prices, meanwhile, continue to jump as a result of the strikes and the potential for the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. This is getting more serious with each passing hour, and the craziest part of it all is we don't even know if Iran's nuclear program was actually destroyed. Spread the word and follow along for more updates. We have major breakthroughs.
So now we're gonna start there. So we're seeing right now, say even though we know that that the leader he's going on, but they've been saying that forever, that they're gonna release these sleeper cells. So we know at some point that these things is gonna hit America. Already we seeing these movies about Civil War. I mean that movie Civil War, Leave the World Behind. We seen also that movie Purge. It's another one I can't think of the name of, but anyway, it's going into some of these things that they're getting ready to do. So let's go here to Jeremiah chapter 51 and started at verse 6. So we know that these sleeper cells are here right now. They're ready to get evacuated, but we know at some point that these sleeper cells, they're going to be activated. Also, Russia and China troops are going to invade America at some point. We know that's coming. Also, in collaboration with the EU and NATO, the UN, they're coming in here. These super soldiers, these Gurga troops, these robots, you know what I'm saying? These unaliving robots, these drones, all these things are getting ready to come into play. You know what I'm saying? Also, we know that when the enemy come in like a flood, the Lord's gonna have to lift up a standard because this devil's getting ready, to get loose. He getting ready to use that sword. We seeing right now that Esau Edom, he has perfected the sword. He's getting ready to use it because he already know that that's his blessing, and that's the last resort he's gonna go to. Saying, "Thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee." So now let's start here. Jeremiah, that's in Ezekiel chapter 35. It says here, we might get that too. It says Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6. It said, "Flee out of the midst of Babylon." It said, "Deliver every man his soul." Said, "Be not cut off in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, and he will render unto her a recompense." So the Lord's getting ready to repay. The Lord's getting ready to judge this place. The Lord's eyes is upon the sinful kingdom. That's where we at right now. The Lord's getting ready to destroy this place very soon. Verse 7 said, "Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken." Said, "The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad." So we know that America has played a major influence around the world. Everyone wants to come to America. Everyone wants to get rich, want to be famous. It's talking about that wine is talking about their philosophy. It's talking about their policy or what their democracy. So everyone want to be just like America, but now they have drunken of that wine. Now they are mad. So these nations are slowly beginning to find out this place. That's a sign right there. That train, we got to blow the trumpet. Blow the trumpet in Zion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we seeing right now the nations are mad. We seeing right now these nations seeing exactly what America is doing, you know, dealing treacherously, that's spoiling many nations. Verse 8, it says here, Jeremiah chapter 51, and verse 8, it said, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. It said, howl for her, take balm for her. So if so be, she may be healed. But this place is never is going to rise up again. It's never going to be the nation's superpower ever again. Once this place go down, that is it. The Lord is getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven. That's where right. Shalak you for that. We know we're in the land about captivity. So let's read this once again. It says here, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8, it says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. It said, howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed, but this place is never will rise again. There will be no inhabitant left here. The Lord's going to totally destroy this place. This place is getting ready to be clean dissolved with those IBCM missiles. Thermonuclear fires get ready to come upon this earth. That's why they don't want Iran to have nuclear capability, because they already know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Verse 9 says, say, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us go every one unto his own country, for her judgment reaches unto the heavens, and it lifted up even to the sky. So that's where we at right now. This place right here, the Lord, you know what I'm saying, reached up there into the fourth dimension. You know, the Lord's getting ready to do something. You know what I'm saying? This place, you know what I'm saying, the wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and our harmful works has been fulfilled. You know, so the Lord's getting ready to destroy this place. So let's drop down to verse 11. It said, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. It said, the Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, talking about Russia. Spirit, you know, the kings of the Medes, the spiritual Medes are Russia. You know what I'm saying? For his device is against Babylon, said to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Verse 12, it said, set up the standard against the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambush, for the Lord has both devised and done that which he has against the inhabitants of Babylon. So the Lord is calling these things to happen. The Lord has set up the watchmen. The Lord has set up the ambush, you know what I'm saying, for this place to be totally destroyed. That's what's happening right now. Verse 10, it said, verse 13, it said, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundance and treasure, thy end is come, said the measure of thy covenant. So the Lord is getting ready to judge this place. In 1 hour, thy judgment come. Revelation chapter 18 and many others. Verse 14, it says here, the Lord of hosts has sworn by himself, surely, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. So we already know, and I think it was back in during Biden term, that, you know, he was letting a lot of these women and men, but basically young military men was coming across the border. I think back in 23 and 24, it was coming across the border pretty rapidly. But now we already know that they're here. Those sleeper cells, they already was saying that a lot of them had these, what you call these ATM cards. They were giving them a room and board, also hotel rooms and different things like that. Also transportation. So we already know that they already done set the stage for this. And he say he shall fill America with men like caterpillars, or with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? The enemy is within. So, you know, all they have to do is activate these enemies. So let's read this in the NLT. It says here, the Lord of heaven's armies has taken this vow and has sworn to it by his own name. So your cities will be filled with the enemy, like fields swarming with locusts, and they will shout in triumph over you. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. So we seen that movie, what's called Red Dawn. You know what I'm saying? Where I think the one with, I like the one with Patrick Swayze. He played in that movie, and they was getting attacked by China. You know, right there on America's soil, they was parachuting out of the sky. They was going in these neighborhoods, and they was, you know, trying to take over America within. So we already know that these things are getting ready to happen. So we know that a lot of these sleeper cells are here, these super soldiers. You know, they already have things into place. And also we already know that at some point, it won't come to American shores. Right now we watching it happening over there, but it's getting ready to come here in our own backyard. America will be attacked. So let's go here to the comment board, see how we running here. We go to the comment board, see what's going on the comment board, and we might get two more videos. Let's go to the comment board and see what the comment board got. One moment. Tongue back dried out. I got to start bringing me some water out here. See here. Let's go to the comment board. See. Let's go to the comment board. See what we got here. One moment. And just like I say, man, we're very close, man, to all hell breaking loose. Let's go here. Start up here. See what all we got here. You know, shalom to Sarah Rosa 777. Shalom to you, daughter of Zion. Shalom to Sagar Kasai. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom to Gana Anash. You know, I'm gonna make him a moderator. Let's see, can I make him a moderator? Made you a moderator for this channel. You know what I'm saying? In case you come back. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, meditating. Yes, indeed. So now let's see here. Let's see what we got here. Let's go here with Ken Parver. Shalom to you, brother Brakatha. Got here Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 15 said, "Be not ignorant of anything, said in a great matter or a small." It says here. Let's see what else he got here. I think that's all we had. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ignorant. Go. Right now we're here. You know, these things are popping out. You know, a lot of people look at this like, oh, you know, this going to pass over. You know, a lot of people not considering the signs of the time. They got eyes to see, but they see not. They have ears to hear, but they hear not. You know what I'm saying? These are the signs of the time. They're right before our eyes, whether you will hear, whether you will forbear. See what we got here. Gabar Nah, Shalom, Yahweh, Shema Abishai, Rakatha. See, that's right. And see here, Ken Purvis, same brother, Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 16. It said, lest Satan said, lest there be any fornicator, or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. That's exactly right. You know what I'm saying? He sold his birthright. You know, and right now, we see him in the time now that he's trying to get it back. But, you know, we know that he's imagining a vain thing. You know what I'm saying? And hey, that's what we had. This is all about a bloodline and a birthright. I said, you know, this is what it's boiling down to. Jacob and Esau. You know, when you know, a lot of people right now, they're very confused. So we in that transition of power. We seeing that Esau Edom, the modern day so-called white man, he wants to stand power, but the Lord's getting ready to come back and take that sword away from him. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact was his blessing. Same brother, Ken Parvis, he got here, 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 7, said, but the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer. So that's exactly what we got to do. So this is the end of all things at hand. So we had the end of an age, an end of an eon. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to usher in the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So that's why we got to be watching. We got to pray without ceasing. Be circumspect. You know what I'm saying? Redeem the time wisely, because the days are evil. So we're seeing that we're here right now. And also we knowing that the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. And also we at the beginning stages of what? Of Jacob's trouble. Let's see here. Same brother, Ken Parvis, got here, Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 17. It said, and also I set watchmen over you, said, hearkening to the sounds of the trumpet, but they said, we will not hearken. That's exactly right. That lines up what I just said a while ago. Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 2. You know what I'm saying? They have eyes to see, but they see not. They have ears to hear, but you know what I'm saying? But they hear not. They are that same rebellious house that did not want to return to Yahweh Baal Shem Abishai. But guess what? They're getting ready to be totally destroyed. They're going to get ready to feel the fire. You know, the second death, which in fact is the lake of fire. Babylon the Great is America. And how will America become a lake of fire? These IBCM missiles, this nuclear thermal exchange that is fast approaching. That's where we at right now. You know, at some point, they're getting ready to go ill in his tabernacle. You know what I'm saying? Talking about America. You know that the devil's getting ready to fill his belly. Let's go here. Same brother, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 7 said, and said, everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his work and by faith whereby ye have believed. So faith and works work hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have faith. You know what I'm saying? You got to have works. You know what I'm saying? In order to make it to the next level. And also if the Lord is dealing with you, you know what I'm saying? Faith and work hand in hand. You don't have faith, you don't have works, you're going to be totally destroyed. And also if you're not a part of the election. You see here, Ken Purvis, Romans chapter 8 and verse 16, said the Spirit itself bear witness, says with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. That's right, the Spirit is bearing witness. Because a lot of, you know what I'm saying, we out here in the highways and byways, you know what I'm saying, making these video pistols. It's not about black or white thing, or color thing. You know, it's about the Spirit, you know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, you know what I'm saying, we seeing it right now. The men of the Lord are standing on their watch. We'll stand on fire for Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Judah 1:44, Shalom. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom. You know what I'm saying? We here, man. You know, hey, man, these things are right here at the door. You know, we constantly seeing one thing behind another. Let's get this here. I think that's all I got right now. See if I got any more, but, you know, I like to, you know, say throw water for everyone that joined me on the comment board. Yeah, that's right. Gabar, not Fort Smith, Arkansas. I said Fort Payne, Fort Smith, Arkansas. Gabar Nash. You know, the guy, you know, he's with GMS, Fort Smith, Arkansas. You go and try to subscribe to his page, man, and, you know, he's very edifying. You know what I'm saying? This man right here, you know what I'm saying? Great man of the Lord. See here. I think that's all we got there. Let's go here to Romans. Let's go here to Romans chapter 13, because this is where we at right now. Known as the signs of the times are here. We get a few more, we're gonna close out. I got a few more videos, but we probably might get a few more videos. Let's run a few more of these videos right quick. Cause you know, hey man, these videos are popping right now. Let me see, can I find another video? I showed about the sleeper cells. It's another one I want to show. Get this here about this lady said Iran will destroy. Let's get this one here. She was talking pretty good. Let me speed it up.
Running this country.
Hold on.
The bottom line is we have stupid people running this country. And they are putting all Americans in serious danger. Just with Iran. Fighting for another country at the cost of American lives. Like I said, we have very, very stupid people running this country.
So yeah, she said we got very stupid people running because we already know it. Hold on. Just like I say, you know, we here, man. These things are right here at the door. Let's go here to Romans chapter 13. Let's get this right quick. We get ready to get out of here. Then we're gonna go to Job chapter 20. Voiced by Shot. Let's go here to Romans chapter. And one thing about it, you know, we're so very close to our salvation. We know that the Lord, you know what I'm saying, is getting ready to show his face. We're seeing right now that these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. More than ever, it's time to lock in. It's time to pray without ceasing. You know what I'm saying? Making your calling and election sure. You know what I'm saying? Be sincere. Because the Lord's getting ready to bring the house down very soon. We're here, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to bring forth that judgment like we have never seen before. You know what I'm saying? That's why we constantly praying and asking the Lord to have what mercy upon us. Let's go here to, let's get this one right quick, because the day comes that no man working. So, you know, hey, man, it's time to work right now. But it's going to come a time where, hey, you ain't going to be able to do a damn thing. There ain't going to be no working anymore. It ain't going to be no more traveling anymore. This devil is going to try to lock down everything and bring forth that three-letter word. You already know it, total control, and also that grain of rice. When you go to Revelation chapter 13, 16 through 18, you will not be able to buy or sell. You know what I'm saying? So it's all going to boil down to this right here. Let's get this little here about this right here. Let me show you this little deal here. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you this here. See that there? That right there. That's what it's going to boil down to. See that? That's what we coming to. We coming to that. We coming into this right here. You know what I'm saying? The men of the Lord, we constantly warning you about this. You know, do not take. what did it say? Do not take the what? The sea here. So that's where we at right now, you know. So these things are fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we got to be always, you know, we got to be locked in. You know what I'm saying? Make our call and election sure. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of the time. We are very close. So now, let's get here to Revelation. Romans chapter 13 go, our salvation is at the door, man. Let's go here to, no. Let's get that St. John chapter 9. If I read that, might well get it. St. John chapter 9 and verse 4, it said, I must work the works of him that sent me. So while it is day, the night cometh when no man can work. So we coming upon that time, time of great tribulation that we have never seen before, where you will not be able to work. You know what I'm saying? The stores are going to be shut down. There's not going to be any traveling anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to go dark. You know what I'm saying? You don't be, blackout, cyber attacks. The food shortage, water shortage. A lot of things are getting ready to happen. That's what we constantly warning you about. You know what I'm saying? The day coming with no man working. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's time to seek the Lord right now while he can't be found. Let's go into Romans chapter 13, verse 11. Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. And it says here, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we would believe. So it's nearer than we believe, because what? The prophecy right now, they're lining up. They're speaking loud and clear right now. It's not being delayed anymore. It's not putting off from day to day. It's right now. It is happening right before our eyes. Verse 12, it says, the night is far spent. The day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. So right now, you know what I'm saying? The night is far spent. You know, it's time to seek the Lord, man. We are running out of time. The door of repentance is closing. You know what I'm saying? Whether you will hear or whether you will forbear, that armor of light is this wisdom, this knowledge, this gospel. Verse 13 said, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in champering and wantonness, saying not in strife and envy. You know, so one thing about it, we got to examine ourselves. Let go of the mortal thoughts. Get our house in order. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind right. Gird up your Lord. Verse 14 said, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. So that's where we at right now. Get yourself together. But the Lord is getting ready to return. Let's get this last one. Job chapter 20. Job chapter 20. And starting at verse 5. It says here, said that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So right now we're in a time where this man, he's getting ready to be taken out of the way. He's getting ready to be like a vision in the night. So verse 6 said, though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reaches unto the clouds. Verse 7, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, and they which have seen him shall say, where is he? So he coming upon that time like this man is going to never, like he never existed before. This man is getting ready to go into captivity for 1,000 years. After 1,000 years, he will be totally eradicated. Verse 8 said, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision in the night. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen to this man very soon. He's getting ready to be chased away. This man is getting ready to be thrown down. The Lord's getting ready to disappoint him. The Lord's getting ready to cast him down very soon. So let's go here to verse 20. Let's drop down to verse 22. It said, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Straits goes into what levels of adversity. This man is getting ready, you know what I'm saying? Everybody getting ready to turn on this man. So when Jacob trouble start, not only we going to be in trouble, but he's going to be in the most in trouble when you really look at it. The Lord's going to damn near extinct this man. Only a remnant will be saved out of these red devils. You know what I'm saying? For what? For slavery. So, you know what I'm saying? He's in the fullness of his sufficiency. He said he shall be in straight levels of adversity. And he said every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. The one that was allies with him, they're going to turn against him. Verse 23 said, when he is about to fill his belly, the Almighty shall cast the fury of the wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So this man is setting up this the end, you know what? oh, he's setting it up. But you know, while he's setting it up, you think he's getting ready to get it off, the Lord is going to rain this fire upon him, these IBCM missiles, while he is setting it up. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at right now. The Lord's getting ready to bring it forth. Verse 24 says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow shall strike him through. It's talking about that iron weapon. It's talking about these IBCM missiles. Said, and it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gall. Said, terrors are upon him. So this is describing IBCM missile coming out of those silos, you know, when they get ready to be launched. That's what this describing right here. Verse 26, so all darkness shall be hid in his secret places, say, and a fire not blown shall consume him. Say, it shall go ill in his with him, and that is left in his tabernacle. So we already know that some point this man is going to be totally overthrown. You know, he's in for a rude awakening. Let's get this last one right here. It says, verse 27. It said, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. So right now, you're seeing that, you know, the Lord is constantly revealing his iniquity. The Lord is making what Esau bear. The Lord is constantly removing the covering cast. And also it said the earth shall rise up against him. So we're seeing all these nations are coming in an ally against the West and Israel. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is getting ready to destroy this man's rulership. Let's get verse 28 and 29. It said, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away, say, in the day of his wrath. So one thing about it, you know, they get ready to go from riches to rags, and we get ready to go from rags to riches. So we in that transition of power, we get ready to trade places. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to get exalted. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to go into our final rest, which in fact is the kingdom of heaven. They get ready to get ready to go into hell. You know what I'm saying? Hell is a condition. They get ready to go into slavery. Every one of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the Lord's off the chain. Verse 29 says, this is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, and the heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So hey, this is so at the end we win. So we seeing right now that these things are speaking loud and clear. You knowing that we are at the beginning stage of World War III. You knowing that the tick of trouble has begun. You knowing that great tribulation is coming upon. We're in the birth pain. You know what I'm saying? But the end is not yet. We know that more prophecies are going to speak loud and clear. We know that we're right at the point of the implementation of the RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. You will not be able to buy or sell, you know, unless you take this under the skin, this surveillance, whereby it's going to be dealing with your biometrics, you know what I'm saying? AI, robotics, transhumanism. So we already know what they're trying to do, merge man with machine. So that's where we at right now. But the Lord already said that, you know what I'm saying, he's going to cast the wrath of his fear upon him while he is eating, while he is setting it up, while right now he's conspiring. We seeing right now that he's constantly coming up against the judge. He's plotting, but guess what? You know what I'm saying? We win in the end. And also we know right now that the Lord is getting ready to return. The second coming of our Lord and Savior and our great deliverer. We're seeing that UFO sightings are all across the world. What's going on? You all right? These stupid ass people ask me if I'm all right, laughing and shit. This is about y'all. They don't even understand what this is about. This is about us. The Bible is about us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's wrong with you. They look at you like you are crazy. They look at you like you don't know what the hell you talking about. But guess what? When all this hell starts, and when when they start dropping these bombs and this military coming here, you know what I'm saying? These Gurga troops, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be trying to seek the prophet. Let's get that right quick before we close out. This lady, always a nigga woman, always talking about, you all right? What the hell are you looking at? What are you worried about me for? She just marked herself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no idea what's going on. And one thing about our people, they said if you want to hide something from what you call a so-called nigga, a so-called black person, put it in a book. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't read. They don't know what the hell is going on. Constantly warning you, we're at the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? This is it. You know what I'm saying? You could be relaxing in your league. You do what the hell you want to do because this world is coming to an end. Let's get this last one when we close out. You know what I'm saying? Lady, they talking about, hey, you all right. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you going to be all right. When this hell break loose, you going to be crying and weeping. They shall seek the Lord early, but they shall not find. Because what? They constantly being rebased. You know, they thinking that we're crazy. We out here teaching or whatever, like this is for our people, the Negro, the Latino, the Native Indian. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. Ezekiel chapter 33 and verse 33, it said, and when this comes to pass, lo, it will come. These prophecies, these signs of the time, said, then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. So that's one thing about it. The prophets are out here. We're standing on our watch, and we'll stand on fire for Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we seeing right now that we one step closer to all hell breaking loose. We one step closer to Jacob's trouble. We one step closer to getting the hell up out of here. Our salvation is at the door. The Lord's getting ready to return with great glory and great power. That's where we at right now. But our people right now still are scoffing and mocking, still are playing game, but all the games about to be over. So I'm going to face the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahushua, Ba'ashir, Rikak Quadash. And double honors to those great millstone, while learnt is true. And also to the elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Keep pushing, keep believing. And the Lord is going to do the rest. We almost out of here. Shalom, shalom.